could carry on.
Yeah, let's just go.
Sorry, everybody. I don't know. OBS just crashed. Let's take it from the top, maybe, Josh?
From the top? Okay. Well, hi everyone, this is Vampire the Masquerade, and we today are asking a very important question that no one dares to interrupt.
Yeah,
From where does the blood flow? Vampires inherit their strength and immortality from a bloodline of forebears. Collected in their blood are the sins of every kindred that came before, manifesting as a curse. The first cursed is thought to be Cain, the biblical fratricide whose jealousy got him expelled from heaven by God to walk the earth for eternity. But today is the 26th of September, and we find ourselves in modern Manchester, England. Can everyone please roll me a D4? Because we are deciding exactly how hungry you are tonight.
I am 1 hungry.
I am a 2.
I guess I'm 3.
You're 1
I am
hungry.
also a
That's
2.
very good. You've fed recently. So, what you need to do is go to the bottom of your character sheet where it says core at the top left and scroll down to the bottom and put the number you just got in the hunger dots.
Ooh.
Ooh,
And that is the strength of your vampiric side. As you get hungrier, you are more prone to mistakes, to becoming bestial, to succumbing to compulsions that may or may not be your own. We're going to begin this story at the AEC Club. Ninette, you're filtering in with a crew, club goers, all of them. They fawn over you. You wanted to go to the AEC, so they're like, I mean, obviously that's the best choice to go. And they all crowd around you and follow you in. You get past the bouncers easily. You get to the front of the line. You don't even have to have your hand stamped.
Obviously.
We're going to need to ask Peachy questions about this. But as you go in, what is your plan this evening?
To feed, of course.
Okay. Well, fortunately, you're at 1 hunger, so you can drink blood. And it feels good to drink blood. You don't need to, though.
I'll take my
Because-
time selecting my I'd like to
Okay.
find someone intoxicated.
Okay, intoxicated. There's a whole plethora of people writhing, dancing. Some of them are very clearly wobbling a little as they do. So, I think I'm going to need you... In fact, no. I don't need you to do a roll. This is very easy for you. You're clear-headed. I mean, might not be soon, but... Where would you like to look? The bar?
Jesus
Or
Christ.
the dance floor?
I'd like to watch the dance floor and look for someone that I find attractive and buzzed, but not over the top, intoxicated, and I will watch them and I will let them drink and do whatever else they're going to do to their body, and then when I get hungry enough, I will feed from them.
Okay. You watch a couple, a man and a woman, clearly just putting drinks down on the bar as they stumble. back into the crowd in the center of the room. The lights are flashing. You can see them like closing their eyes and like their heads tilt every now and again, and you know that that's the adrenaline rush of them slightly losing their balance.
Delicious.
You can see them. They're having a great time. And what does an attractive person to you look like?
That's different from night to night, but tonight, I think I'm interested in a man with dark hair, and he's tall, and he has finely cut features. And piercing eyes.
The guy who is dancing rather comfortably with this woman who's clearly a partner of some sort, friend, girlfriend, you don't know, but they're getting really close, and you can see this very attractive man obviously not paying attention to you. You're watching them. How do you approach?
So I'm on the outskirts of the dance floor, and I make my way in, and I look to the woman and I say, I'm just going to borrow him for a few moments. And I flash a smile. Sickly sweet, of course. And I take him by the wrist so I can feel his pulse and drag him to one of many corners that I'm familiar with in this place, and start playing with his hair and attempting to charm him.
Oh yeah, the music's quite loud, so he's clearly trying to say something. He whispers in close to your ear as you play with his hair and says something boring. He's like, hey, do you like cars?
No, I don't.
Well, what do you like?
Right now, I like you.
You know she's gonna come looking for me, right?
Her? She is of no concern.
I mean, she can be pretty feisty.
So can I. And I think that's when I'll lean in. For just a sip. Just want a sip.
Okay. Yeah, he's not fully paying attention when you lean into his neck. His skin is sweaty, but you move past that salt and then you find the point where your teeth pierce his artery and warm, thick blood sprays. It's gross. And
It's
squelchy.
glorious.
It tastes amazing is what it does. You can feel his emotions. He was clearly horny. He was clearly buzzed. You can now feel exactly what he feels.
I'm going to take him by the shoulders and just push him back against the wall and walk back over to my entourage, wiping my lips.
I have a question. So, vampire fang marks are impossible to resist for normal mortal skin. And he's clearly in the throes of some kind of ecstasy that is created when you give him the kiss. But the holes remain there unless you lick them to close them.
Oh, I would have done so greedily when I released my
Okay.
bite.
Well, in that case, I'm going to say that as he wasn't too buzzed, you get a resonance from his blood. These are powers and strengths that you need mortals for. And at the bottom, where it says resonance, you can write in, gotta get the right word for this, but I believe it is sanguine.
I feel it.
Now, we move to Peachy. Rufus, where are you in your club?
I'm definitely up on the balcony because the second 9 walks in, I know she's there every time she comes in.
Oh, yeah.
The club. And I'm just watching.
You see
feed.
her take someone from the floor, put them in a dark corner, eat them.
I'm gonna wait for her to finish, and then I'll probably go down to the dance floor and try and meet her.
Yeah.
Shit, Nines, you just got here.
Mm-hmm.
Drink? Different drink?
No, I'm quite satisfied now. Thank you.
Who'd you come in with?
Everyone. And I cast a glance to my entourage.
Is it just your normal, little pissy twats?
Yes, sadly, no one new to play with tonight.
Let's get some new toys.
All right. I'm game. I'm always game.
I would like to have a look who's not dancing, who's sitting around. Just kind of watching, not really getting into the club. There's always people.
Yeah. Okay. You look around, there's one nerdy dude who is clearly watching his friends have fun, maybe? And he's just kind of nursing a beer. You also see one other person who is observing, and they are on the balcony. You see the caterer.
9, I got a mark, and I point out the nerdy guy, and then I instantly leave and go and see the caterer. Straight away.
Wait, where are you?
Business.
Fine.
I'll be back, don't worry, girl.
All right. Go on.
Yeah, instantly gonna go and see the caterer. What's she doing in here?
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, you go up back to the balcony, and when you get up there, she is, as usual, stunning in her own way. She's, I guess, an alt girl with a shaved head, piercings basically all over, and wearing just a black waistcoat and some very tight black, are those latex? And high heels. Very high heels.
Ooh, you only wear those pants when you want something.
I was wondering if she was having a good time.
9?
Oh yeah, she picked up one of the regulars. He's fine. I'm just
What do you
looking for
want?
new stock.
Oh. I mean. And I take a cursory glance down onto the dance floor. Nothing special. Wait a minute. How much do you need?
That's my question for you.
I mean, This is the best place to sell it, right? Want it all. But you'll never give it all to me, will you?
The offer's there.
It's mostly old stock. There's a few. Nothing special. Next week, though, I could arrange a party. Get some new drinks. Get a cocktail.
I can see what I'll find for you. But look, I just need to make sure that what I provided you is good enough and it's actually catching people's interest. Because if they're used and discarded, then there's no fun in them, is there?
You're gonna come down on 9 like that. It's 9. You know what she's like.
I know what she's like, but everyone else... I've got a special customer this evening, and she was very picky. It's... I guess I'm just thinking about a lot. There's... Don't worry about it.
What do you mean picky?
Some people have refined palates, don't they?
Yeah.
I had to do this whole fucking rigmarole to figure out what she liked.
And what was she into?
Youth, ambition.
The usual.
Yeah.
But not quite the usual. Oh.
What's so
Okay.
funny?
Would I be right in guessing very discerning taste?
Yes, you would. I don't mind telling you.
We don't get many
There's
of them
something-
around here. You know that.
No. They've got a special interest, don't they?
Mm-hmm. I know, you can get anything.
Yes?
So what's the problem? They're that picky? How old?
I had to cut into my personal reserve.
How come I don't get your personal reserve?
You haven't asked for it.
Okay. I don't need it yet. Those... Well, safer 9s don't really come here. And she ain't that picky.
She likes the pretty ones, though. I've not quite figured her out yet.
Oh, she's easy. If they ain't standing.
Make me a wits plus insight roll.
Oh, my first proper roll. Wait, insight.
Oh, yeah. If you go to
is this related
insight
to desire?
first... Is this related to desire? I would say so.
Where's my roll not working? Hang on. I popped it out. My bad.
Yeah, so insight...
+1?
Button next to insight first. Pardon? +1, yes. 2. You can see that, like, especially from your previous interactions, she is not normally this inquisitive. So she has a special interest in 9.
What do you want to know about 9?
I just want to make sure that if there are going to be more of them, then I can do a good job. And with that insight, you and your familiarity with her, she's not being entirely honest with you.
Few people are. I mean, I can talk to her. But what's it worth? And I like full on predator eye her up and down.
She doesn't flinch when you do that. In fact, when you move your eyes back up to lock with hers again, you get the same death stare right back. But you play these games back and forth every now and again. Let's say you owe me one. Sorry, I owe you one.
That's better.
Or... No, I like you. Babe, I know. And she puts her hand on your cheek, and it is icy cold. I like you a lot. So I can owe you. If you just find out the particulars of how 9 feeds. And maybe where she comes from.
Question. I assume I party with 9 a lot. I assume she likes them intoxicated.
That's up to you, 9. How much would you
Would
know?
you have hidden that from me, 9?
No, I don't think that would be a secret at all. I think you would definitely know that I like to look for people that are on drugs or drunk, because I like to feel that, and that's the only way that I can feel that. So that's no secret. The prettier the better, the more powerful the better.
Can I assume that's what she wants? That's the information she wants?
Yeah. She's also interested in where 9 comes from. She wants to know probably about her sire or about the location. She says whatever you can find out would be invaluable to me. Look, I've got to go.
Know that off the top of my head. So.
No.
Okay.
I have to go.
You gonna come back?
But if you want me to owe you something else, and she like wipes her finger over just below your eye, and she's staring at it intensely, like she's rubbing off some dirt. I can be yours if you like. We've got an eternity, so think about it.
Cute.
Catch you later, babe. And she struts off and out of the club.
Salespeople.
I mean, she's getting you to do work, so I don't know how you feel about that.
That's alright, as long as it's not tipping anyway. It seems fine. She just wants to sell. To me, that seems legit.
Yeah. What were your emotions, if they can be called such, as she was touching your face?
When she's touching my face, probably nothing. Because that's more... That's not a flirty touch. That's trying to get inside. And that doesn't work on me. That
Okay.
doesn't always work on me.
Okay. Cool. we're going to move to a restaurant that is just opposite the AEC club. And we follow the caterer as she crosses the road and heads inside. She does not fit in here, even in the slightest. Lionel, you're sitting in a back room with a curtain drawn, and your sire sat across from you. And she has just told you that you have a new task. How are you feeling?
Probably not good. I would say frustrated, but not surprised. More like when you have always expected something to come and today's the day, but you weren't looking forward to the thing. Not sure what that is as a single emotion word.
I don't know that word, but maybe. Constance, she's looking at you with her normal, indifferent, strict stare. She's an older woman. You'd probably place her about 60 to 70 years old, if she was alive. And she has a very, very fancy, modern business dress with some pearl earrings and just wonderfully adorned in gold. Necklaces, rings, everything. With jet black hair tied in a nice bun. And as you sit there, perhaps a little awkwardly, she looks at you again and says, I hope you understand your task.
Of course. I understand my position.
When you take control of Manchester, you will have all the support you need. But this is your final test. Remember, this will be a victory for the clan. You are a king, and you will have to act like it and sit on the damn throne.
Anything for the clan.
Excellent. She turns to the ginger woman that she has been feeding from this entire time, plunges her fangs into her neck, and drains her until she stops moving. And then stands up.
Stand up as well.
Unless you have any questions, I'm going to leave. You will receive the usual coded messages.
Very well.
She waits like she expects you to say something, even small talk, but do you fill that gap?
I think I very rarely do that, even though she maybe does it every time. I still, even if I'm comfortable, it's still an awkward silence as I stand there.
She looks to the woman that she just killed, and then back to you. Please leave.
Very well. Good evening. Sire.
She does a little respectful, perhaps, head nod, and you leave. You see the caterer standing to one side. Her eyes follow you Do you leave the restaurant?
How well do I know the caterer personally?
Personally, that's up to you. But you've definitely heard of her. She can get any kind of blood that you want. Bagged, moving. She can also dispose of a body quite efficiently. And she's never had any slip-ups or exposés.
When I interact with her, does she interact with me the same way as she was interacting with... Peachy's character?
Yeah,
Rufus, Alex, I think.
Yeah, Rufus. I don't think so. She's just indifferently
She's super casual with him and like calling him babe and stuff. Is she like that with everyone, or with me? Does it change?
No, she's like probably like an employee if she talks to you.
In that case, I've probably spoken to her a few times. How much business would I have with her in the sense of... Well, here's the thing, is that I'm actually hungry, I think. I'm on 3. So I need to leave, but I also feel like I need to speak to her. But I do have a retainer. Like, can he get me food?
Yes, you could drink from him. It would hurt him. But he could also probably find someone.
I don't think I probably would go those methods most of the time.
Yeah, do you want him to get you something?
Can I, like, just put in orders with the caterer? Could I, like, as I'm walking past, potentially just say, like, can you deliver me something soon? My tower?
Yeah.
She's, like, that level. That's the type of thing that I would be able to do. Then I think as I'm walking past her, I nod at her and then I stop and turn back to her and say, would you be able to deliver me something?
Name it.
I'm hungry. Oh.
I can provide a more specific service than that, but if you are looking for something quick, I can put
I have more important tasks. Anything will do.
How convenient would you like? Would you like it in a takeaway bag, or would you like a person to deliver it to you?
I'll deliver it to my tower.
Very well. I think I have what you need.
Good evening. And then I leave.
Good evening. She probably calls you sir. Good evening, sir. You go back to your tower? Sure. You get in like rolls or something driven by your retainer.
Yeah. I think so. I don't think I drive myself around.
Oh, definitely.
Especially now I've got all this shit to think of.
Yeah, I mean, is it just like the biggest, most expensive car you can find?
No, I think it's probably quite plain. I don't even know if it's a Rolls. It probably is a Rolls, but it's one of the... I don't know cars well enough, but there are the more kind of plain looking ones. Not the crazy looking. It's not like a two-tone thing. It's probably just black, understated blackout windows, but, flashy.
Oh, yeah.
But not like T-Pain, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The doors open for you. You get in the back seat and you're driven to Beeston Tower. The biggest and in my opinion, the ugliest building in Manchester.
Yeah, but it's the biggest, and that's all that matters. Is it Nicholas that's driving me, or someone else?
Yes, it can be.
Yeah, I don't know if he... Yeah, I guess he probably would. When I get into the car and we're driving back, I would probably spend a moment just thinking, looking out of the window before turning to him and saying something like, any news? Anything I should know? I think I'm going to be busy soon, so more will fall to you.
I'm ready for it, sir. There's nothing to report.
Very well. My clan will be
There are a few people that want meetings, but we can arrange them for whenever.
I will leave that to you. Scheduling.
Of course, sir.
There will be great changes.
Anything I should prepare for, sir?
Not yet, but you will be prepared.
Yes, sir. And I imagine there is a steely silence between the two of you. He is nothing if not professional.
I like it.
You arrive at Beeston Tower and make me a wits plus awareness roll. So if you go to core and then press awareness first, because of the way this sheet works, under skills, and then from the drop down menu select wits.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that should be a fancy thing, hang on. But yeah, you get 2 successes. As you get out of your car, there is a few people walking by. It's pretty regular. This is a busy night in Manchester. So you're not surprised to see there is a couple of people who seem drunk. There's one woman in particular. She seems a bit well dressed for being drunk, but she is slowly walking and wobbling as she heads past you, and you go inside. What is your next step, Lionel?
Oh, man. I think I would probably be just... I mean, I'm in a holding pattern for my next direct order. But I guess I would just be gathering my thoughts more than anything. Thinking about who's where, who's in charge of what. Thinking about the prince. Do I know what the plan is here? Do I have any ideas of what
your sire has planned for you?
Yeah, and like how we're gonna do this.
No, she specifically didn't tell you anything. And you imagine that is probably because she wants you to go it alone.
So she wants me to be the one to usurp the prince by myself without her.
You're thinking about the state of play in undead Manchester as it stands, yeah?
Pretty much, not from a more political standpoint, I think. Not from like a let's load up, boys, and take the castle.
Do a politics plus intelligence roll, just so you can get.
I can figure out what my next move would be, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is, the fancy one.
Okay.
So that's one success, which will not get you much more than you already know. But if you want to re-roll the 5 and the 3, you can spend a point of willpower and force yourself to spend more time on it, be more careful as you're considering this, or you could fail.
How do we recover
And I
willpower?
could describe exactly what you know.
How do we recover willpower?
That will be on a per session basis, and I might give you some deals with the devil every now and again.
Okay.
I think I would. I'd like to. Do I re-roll them, or they become a success?
No, what you do is so you don't click the re-roll button, as logical as that may sound. You go to where it says willpower, and then the box to the right that's coloured in, you click on that, and that is spending a willpower point. And that will turn into a slash.
Yeah.
And then
And I
from
need to
there,
spend
you
2.
press the willpower reroll button and type in 2, and that will do. I'll do 2 for you. Oh, luck is fickle. I'll tell you what you do know.
Sure.
You know that the current Prince of Manchester is a Malkavian called Prince Orsova. Prince Orsova? That's you.
That
That's
will
soon
be
to
the
be you.
Prince.
It's called Prince de Grell. He is a Malkavian. He is one of the few Malkavians in town. In fact, there aren't many kindred vampires in the city anyway. He's rumored to be extremely old, though. There are other officers of political importance. Most of them are held by Tremere.
And none by us.
None by Ventru. In fact, you and your friend, associate, Nine? Which one is it?
9.
9. You and your associate 9 may be the only two in the entirety of Manchester.
Is that not an issue?
It can be. There's a very low population here. You are aware, because of your previous dealings in politics, in fact, you probably helped with this. You're aware that a significant number of the younger generations were killed, which is why the population is so low. They called themselves the Anarchs. They didn't really like structure as you understand it and appreciate it. So they were killed. Destroyed.
That's fine.
And there's one but. Because you got a bestial failure, you got a 1 on a hunger dice, and you failed your roll, I think you feel the vampire side of you, your beast, begin to heighten your frustration in this moment. Like, you're like, what the fuck do I do?
Can I launch something at a wall?
You absolutely launch something expensive and made of glass.
Full power I have. I don't know how strong I am in that sense, but I launch something
You are
as hard as I can at a wall. I don't care what.
Just roll brawl plus strength and see how well you do.
Okay.
This won't have any negative effects. This is just out of pure interest. 2 successes. It's probably underwhelming. Normally you can muster more than this, but it does fly across the room and shatter against a wall. Leaves marks.
Yeah. This is extremely out of character for me, but I do it anyway. Yeah, I think I do that. Then I probably sit down almost exhaustedly in a relatively large chair, again, probably slightly understated, against a big desk in a large office room. And where I maybe normally am stood to attention constantly, and when I sit up straight, I'm slouched, you know. I think that, as much as it doesn't seem like a huge beastly overreaction, is in fact quite an overreaction for me.
You're much more sedate than this normally.
Yeah.
Do you know what you're going to do?
Well, I had 2 more questions, sorry. Extremely old, you said. What is that? Because I feel like I'm extremely old, but extremely old.
You do feel like you're extremely old. You heard these rumors hundreds of years ago that he was extremely old.
Right. And the Tremere seem to have more of a presence in Manchester, at least in offices of political importance. How much of a threat are they?
Your
this
sire
plan?
gave you the lowdown. They
Right.
are the main threat. She believes that they are the only threat, but that's for you to decide, really, because
They're more of a threat than the actual Malkavian prince.
they're more of a threat than the actual Malkavian prince.
Then I think my next move is to try and uproot some Tremere. Clan members. If there are a lot of political positions that can be usurped first, to weaken their position politically, I think I'd go that route first. But
That's
I
an
think
interesting word for it.
probably
Usurp.
look to...
You've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
That's what they call the Tremere, when they're not feeling so kind to the other vampires.
The usurpers.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know exactly how, but I think probably... I mean, I have one contact to do with in the mayor's office, but I don't know if that's a Tremere link.
Contact in the
it's
mayor's
just
office.
ours.
Well, I mean, you've got your fingers in mortal politics, so it's a very good start.
Yeah.
If
I think that's what I'm thinking. Maybe go. I would like to establish more. Essentially, I would like to establish more power for me and my own. Maybe put 9 in one of these positions of importance that the Tremere currently hold. So, so before I take the princedom, I replace a Tremere who's in a good position or a strong political position first. Give me a stronger step up. And then...
yeah.
So maybe something like that.
Okay.
Unless that is a really bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
It's a perfectly workable idea.
I think if there's a lot of them, I think taking the sitting on the throne is not a big deal. It clearly is not going to be. It's just, I think just taking out Prince de Grell is just going to have to be. Is going to be simple enough. I think when that vacuum of power opens up, or if I just go in and pop myself on the throne, the Tremere are just going to remove me quickly. So I want to weaken their position first before I put myself
100%.
in the firing line.
You know several other kindred in town that aren't particularly fond of the prince, including 9. There's Jean. Rufus, I mean, he keeps the club, which is very important to vampire society in general, but doesn't have a direct relationship. He's very young as well.
Right.
There's also a very, very new Tremere called Sophia. You've heard of her. Kind of made a splash on the scene
In what sense?
In the sense that she was famous when she was alive and now she's dead, it's only enhanced.
Oh, that's not good. Can't have that.
In her specific academic field.
Yeah, but still, that's... I want all attention off of the Tremere. I would like to... Jean, I think I will probably make moves to contact Jean when it comes to actively removing the prince, or maybe beginning to get that ball rolling. I think I'm gonna have to speak to Rufus because he's just... In fact, maybe... No, actually, I think I will set 9 for that. Get some info, I think, from Rufus. And I think I would also like to figure out... Maybe I could do it myself. Who's in the strongest place of political importance in Manchester that's a Tremere who I can remove by whatever means and replace with 9.
You
Those are my
100%
3
know
tasks.
this.
Oh, okay.
The strongest political position that isn't the prince is held by a Tremere known as Vassar Jones. He is essentially the prince's lieutenant.
Right. So that... Okay. Vassar.
Vassarjones.
How...
He's known to be relatively competent.
In what sense? Political or physical?
Politically, specifically, yes.
Is he dangerous? How old is he?
I don't think you know.
Okay. Right, maybe... Okay, I'll take that task. I'll maybe... How would I set up a meeting with Jean? There's no way I can...
You could probably just send... I keep on wanting to call him Michael. Your retainer.
Nicholas. He calls
Nicholas.
himself Nick, I call him Nicholas.
Yeah, you could probably send Nicholas. Send a message to Jean.
Because I doubt I can just summon her to me. I would have to go to her. Right.
I mean, depends on what kind of power play you want to make. If you want to show that you're in charge, and I think because of your bestial nature, you're probably feeling a little bit more like you want to maybe take charge.
Yeah, but I want to butter her up.
You can go to her. You know where she'll probably be.
I'll send Nick to organize a meet and see what she says. That's what I'll do. And just be like, just because I don't maybe even know if she's in the city. I don't know what's going on. So I would probably do that. I'll send him with a message that I would like to meet with her soon. I mean, we're not best buds or anything, but I know her well enough, I think, to be able to do that. And when 9 returns from whatever she's doing, I will try and speak to her as well, and then fill her in on what's going on. So I think those are my immediate tasks.
Okay.
I'm going to maybe figure out a way to deal with Vassar Jones myself.
We are going to leave Lionel as he considers things. What do you look like as you're in your room?
I think
while you're doing
for
this?
the majority of the time that we were with my character, there was a pacing up and down moment. I sling a glass or a decanter or something at a wall. Then I fall dejectedly into a chair, and then in deep thought, and then I think I sit up, and it's at that moment I sit up and I do the anime steepled hands moment as I begin to think for a moment and maybe begin to formulate a plan and start to get to work after having a minor moment of full-blown tantrum.
Okay. We move to another character. Across the city, this is Sophie. Hello, Sophie.
Hello.
What
Sophia,
exactly?
by the way.
Oh, my apologies. Sophia.
It's okay.
You are in the Tremere Chantry, their magic base, HQ. And what are you doing?
Reading, I think. Yeah.
They have an extensive library here. There's a section you're not allowed in, but they have an extensive library.
Yes, I'm reading a book. Non-fiction, of course.
Of course. Criminology?
Yes. How did you know?
There's some very interesting pictures in here.
I should say so.
Splatters of blood. There's those little number markers denoting various places. The book fully describes exactly what angle various things were struck at, how hard. You could tell by the splatter patterns.
Which is junk science, they say nowadays. But I still find it very fascinating.
Extremely useful as well.
Yes. It's like art.
One of the librarians comes up to you and says, "My apologies, Miss LaRue. Mr. Jones is looking for a meeting with you."
Oh, of course. I shall just stop what I'm doing and I'll be right there. Thank you.
And she points to the room down the corridor.
What does she look like? Sorry to interrupt you.
She's... No, she is a, she's a Caribbean lady with, big bushy hair, very smartly dressed, has a book as basically perpetually under her, arm, carrying something to and fro.
I like her.
Yes. She's very smart.
I like her a lot. Thank you.
And you go into a room that you have rarely been in before. It's a chamber with a very old fireplace at one end that is not lit. It's very well appointed in here. Lots of classy things with, in glass cases, various skulls and mostly instruments, but this is a historical area of Cheatham College, where you are. And at one end, behind a desk with 2 burn marks in, sits Vasa. And kneeling in front of the desk is a beaten up, ragged young man.
I say nothing, I just watch when I enter.
I have a request. Sophia, can you tell me what punishment would you give for a kindred that has, without permission, sired another kindred?
Is this you asking me this, or is this Vasa asking me this?
This is Vasa asking you.
Okay. Where is his, sired one?
In another room.
I should think you should make him undo what he did.
Of course. Thank you. He stands up, walks around the table, puts his hand on the man's shoulder, and just says, "Rise." And he automatically, as if doing it like a machine, stands up from a kneeling position. Follow me. Sophia, you can come too.
Thank you. And I will follow.
He goes to another room that is somewhere underground in a basement. It's a lot dingier down here.
Gross.
Probably been cleaned
Never
quite
enough,
a lot.
if you ask me.
Sophia, if you would do the honors, please. I'm interested.
Oh. Is the sired one here now with us?
Yeah.
What do they
There's
look
a...
like?
Oh, it's another very, very attractive young man.
Attractive
Clearly.
is subjective. Attractive to me?
Ooh, okay. That is up to you. But he is muscly and, like a little bit tanned, and clearly has been to parlors and has
that's
manicures, and they're
All right.
not attractive to you, but could be considered attractive.
I begin rolling up my sleeves, slowly, while looking at him. When I decide that he's boring, I kind of just sigh for a minute, very disappointed. I thought for a second that Vasa would want to give me something exciting, but I guess not. I turn to the vampire who sired this gentleman. Go on then. If you want to bring home a puppy without permission, you have to take care of the puppy.
Why the fuck should I listen to you?
I'm only going to ask you once.
I don't think you understand. I brought him into the night for a reason. You can't make someone do this.
Oh, I think you'll find we can.
If you're gonna fucking kill me,
There are far
do it
more
already.
interesting things than death. I would like to use an ability, if I may.
please do.
Oh boy. Can I dominate, please?
Yes, you can. This is a contested role. But which one are you going to be using?
Oh, I don't have my book handy. The one that
I
tells...
know what you're going to be.
Yeah.
Tell him what to do.
Yes.
Okay. Well, what you do first is you go down to the very bottom and click Rouse, and that will roll 1d10.
Okay. I do have a question, though, before I do this ability.
Mhm.
Is he aware? It's very important to me that he is aware that he's being dominated and he is murdering this person, but he's aware he's doing it. If he goes into
Most
a trance, I'm not
likely.
interested. Okay.
Most likely he will be aware.
And that's what I want to try to do.
Okay. You got a success, which means you don't get hungrier when you use your vitae to empower your words. So, please roll me manipulation plus your dominate.
Okay, now
I think
to do that, I just hit manipulation and then I add something to it?
You could do. There's also little drop-down boxes next to where it says dominate, next to the dots.
Oh.
So if you...
Oh, perfect.
Select manipulation and then discipline. And then click the roll button. And you can add 1 to your roll when it comes up to a box with pardon me, modifiers. I was gonna roll, but you got 6 successes. He tries really hard to resist your will. You can see him lock eyes with you. What command do you give him?
I think you'll, there are far more interesting things than death. I think that's the moment in which I am giving him this command, or making him compelled to do what I ask. But I won't waver my gaze. So if he locks eyes at me, I am locking eyes right back.
He's young. You can see that he clearly, as his eyes fill with blood and tears of them begin to trickle down his cheeks, you realize that he was clearly in love with this boy.
Oh, of course.
And that he is trying and using every trick at his disposal to resist you. And in one instance, for a moment, you think he might break his gaze with you because of how well he rolled. But then he goes, and the tenseness leaves him, and automatically he turns towards this boy and picks up something heavy.
Oh, no. Drink.
Flinches as soon as you utter a word. And it just picked up a brick or something, smashes to the floor. And he's moving slowly, pacing, resisting every step before he picks this boy up by his throat and forces it into his mouth. And eventually, the boy appears to break and goes paler than he even was after he had died.
Perfect. And I look to Vasa. Does he look pleased?
He does.
Wonderful.
Very well. An apt judgment, I think, my dearest Sophia. We cannot let him survive, I'm afraid. And he takes a very sharp, very long, very pointy knife out of his pocket, strides over to the man who just ate his lover, places the tip at the back of his spine and forces it in and rips his head off.
Well, that's the part that I find a little bit boring, so I think I'll probably just leave. Unless he wants me to stay here.
Yeah, do you turn to leave?
Well, I think I know him well enough to know, would he like me to stay and watch?
Oh, he wants you to stay.
Oh, then I'm staying. I'm not fucking moving, and I'm watching, but I do find it boring.
He cleans off his blade and says to you, there is a position I would like you to fulfill in the Camarilla. You are being selected, one among many, for the position of sheriff. Do you know what that is, Sophia?
I look a little bit disgusted, and I don't think that I can hide it. You want me to keep tally? Make sure the masquerade isn't broken?
Doesn't that interest you?
Of course it does.
You trying to lie to him?
I am.
Manipulation subterfuge, please.
So again, that's the same thing. I can do just manipulation first, and then I add.
Because of the way this sheet works, so you click on the subterfuge first, and then select manipulation from the drop-down.
All right. Pretty little liar.
5 successes.
Ooh, did we tie?
Very good.
Whew.
You in fact tie with him.
Then
You can re-roll some dice if you'd like to make sure that this slips by.
no, actually, I want him to know that I am lying to him. Ish. You know, I don't think I'm trying to hide it, but I want him to know that I am not very interested, but I will agree to do it anyway.
Yeah, he looks at you and says, we don't all get to do what we want. Sophia, is there something you do want?
Of course. When would you like me to start?
I'd like you to start by, please, in this one instance, being honest.
Then I find it dreadfully boring. In life, I didn't become a police officer. For very much the same reason.
Do you think that's what I'm making you?
Yes, you even called it a sheriff.
It's the name of a title. But you can make the job whatever you'd like.
Oh, please.
It-
You don't need to baby me.
Investigator? Please, you have a lot of free reign here. Time for some responsibility. I have a lot invested in you.
Yes. You don't need to remind me. I said I'd do it.
Oh, well. The fun part is that you haven't got the job yet.
Is there a test?
Yes.
I am now much more interested.
See, a simple misunderstanding. Miss LaRue. I'm not so dull as you think I may be sitting in my office.
I don't think you're dull. You know that.
He finds that quite the compliment, and you can see it in his eyes.
don't say it very often, so I'm glad he does.
There is a test. Similar work to what you will be doing otherwise. You will be required to discover the whereabouts of a Ventrue named Didier Barrant.
I make mental note of that name. Have I seen a file already with that name?
No, probably not. He's wanted for something very similar to what happened here tonight.
Ah, okay.
And I'm glad to see that you will pursue it with such fervor. He has committed the crime of siring without permission, in Paris no less.
I'll get right on it.
You do you not like Paris?
No, I'm sure it'll be lovely.
Oh, you're not going there. I would send you away, don't get me wrong, if I needed to. I prefer you close at hand. Didier is rumoured to be in Manchester.
Well, that's even better.
Much simpler, don't you think? If you are to be tested for something, that you do it in the place you will be serving eventually.
Of course, wouldn't want to make a mess. Right at home.
Very well. I will conduct the cleanup here. I find it soothing. Return to your reading.
Thank you.
You feel a piercing pain in your ear of disorientation. You don't know where you are. It is not from him. Do a wits occult roll.
Okay. Anything added on to that? Or occult and then wits? Okay, got it.
Occult and then wits. Nothing added
Done.
on. You have no idea what this is.
Oh, it excites me though.
Oh, yes. Feels like you're drunk. Have you ever been drunk, Sophia?
No, actually.
Hmm.
But I, the player, have, so it's okay, I
Yeah.
understand.
You know what it means.
Yes.
You are no longer in the basement.
And I've lost time?
You look at your watch, you have lost time.
How much time have I lost?
5 minutes.
And I'm no longer in the basement. Do I recognize my surroundings?
Yes, you are outside Beeston Tower. And we
Well,
will
that's
switch.
That's farther than 5 minutes.
That is further than 5 minutes.
Oh, wonderful.
We will switch, I think. Unless people would like to do the break now. We're going to switch
Break now is
Yeah, that
actually
sounds
good if
fun.
you want.
Okay, when we return, we will see how Jean Romay lives at night.
Everyone, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. We're going to take a quick couple-minute break, so stretch your legs, get something to drink, maybe get some popcorn, because holy heck, and we will return in just a couple of moments with more Leech.
It's not quite as finely appointed. There's no gold everywhere like there would be in a cathedral of the Catholic faith, but these Protestants do have their own flair for stonework and for decoration that is modest but attractive in its own way. What are you doing?
Well, I believe I've finished praying, but I like to just stay in for as long as I can. Walk around if everyone is gone. Stare up at the ceilings.
It's beautiful.
It's almost... the presence is just so strong.
This is one of his greatest works, for sure. You think you're alone until you continue to walk solemnly, quietly. There is a young man who seems to be sitting on the front pew in the center, and he appears to be praying.
Have I seen this man before?
No.
Well, that's beautiful, isn't it? So rare that you get to see new faces here. I would like to respect his moment of prayer, but keep an eye on him.
Okay. He seems to open his eyes, pull his hands apart, and kind of sit back, in frustration, you think.
That cannot do. I walk towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
He looks around as are you approaching him from one of the sides?
Yeah.
He looks at you and appears to have tears in his eyes. He's giving you kind of a half smile, like a hello.
Is everything all right?
I have been praying for an answer for feels like hours. Do you mind helping? I have questions.
Of course. Of course. Anything.
I have so much anger and I think I might do something I will regret.
Where does your anger come from? And what are you afraid to do?
He flinches when you ask where his anger comes from and says, someone killed my mother. And I'm afraid I might take revenge.
And that's what brought you here today? You're looking for an answer from God?
Some guidance.
I believe you're very lucky. He really loves you. You see,
I haven't felt that in a while.
do you know how I know?
No.
We're speaking right now. He must love you very much if he brought you to me.
I'm sorry. Who are you? I'm sorry. I'm Harry.
I'm Jean. It's nice to meet you, Harry. It's a good name.
I like Jean as well.
Did your mother pick it? Your name?
You know, she did pick a name out for me, but I never learned what it was.
Who killed your mother?
I think you're going to have to make a roll.
Okay.
And that will be charisma plus persuasion. Or rather, charisma plus insight.
Okay. I'm so sorry to ask. How do I add insight to my charisma roll?
Yeah. You click on the button next to insight first, because the sheet's backwards.
Okay.
And then you select charisma from the drop-down.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
Oh, it did not. 1 second.
It might take a bit. Oh my. 0 successes. Would you like to willpower this? It will take some of your mental exertion to do that.
May I ask you a question first?
Oh, please do.
Do I feel compelled to help someone today? I believe someone else might call it hunger, but I believe the guidance I might be receiving.
I'm not going to say you're compelled by anything, but it is a consideration.
Okay.
You do feel not quite yourself. And he's clearly one of the faithful.
Okay. I suppose I would like to power through it if it's possible.
Power through your hunger?
Oh, that's what I'm powering through. I understand.
Oh no, sorry. The insight roll is what you'll be using willpower for.
Okay. Yes.
Unless you don't want to, in which case you will just fail and move on with the conversation.
All right, I'll fail and move on with the conversation.
Fair
Not
enough.
everyone wants to talk about who killed their mother in particular.
Yeah, you definitely get that vibe where he is, clenches his fists and looks away from you when you ask that question. He doesn't want to answer it.
Harry, may I sit down?
Please do.
You want to seek revenge, yes? And you've been praying here, asking for what exactly?
I honestly don't really know. Something to tell me where to go next, where to find another path. But honestly, I don't know if it's possible.
Can you close your eyes for me?
He closes his eyes.
Imagine you are on a ship, and the ocean all around you is wild crashing against the side of the ship, buffeting you around. Now, slowly, imagine the water becoming still, and the sun begins to rise. Who was on the ship with you?
It's me, my best friend, and my mother.
Now, I would like you to do one of two things. You can either turn to your mother or yourself and ask your question there.
He opens his eyes and... Thank you. I didn't expect that to do anything. Does that sound silly?
No,
I'm
not
sorry.
at all. You see, sometimes we forget that he is always with us and always around us. And what we need to do instead of shouting is just listen inside. I hope it helps.
It does. Thank you, Jean.
Of course, Harry. Will you come back to this place? We have service every Sunday.
If I can. I think I might.
Good. We'll be glad to have you.
Do you mind if I just sit for a bit?
Of course. I'll let you be with yourself and him. And I get up and I walk away.
Good. You feel a piercing pain inside your head. Can you roll me a wits occult, please?
Sure thing.
Three successes. You can barely stand. This is somewhere between euphoria and vomit-inducing distraction, and you open your eyes and you see the city of Manchester transformed. There's an army in front of you.
Oh.
The army is medieval, and they are standing on a hill. Very fine armor. And you can feel the voices that accompany you everywhere,
Yes.
whispering, "This is Malcap's doing."
Am I wearing armor?
You are not wearing armor. You are wearing what you are always wearing in the modern days. And the next thing you know, you are transported outside Beeston Tower.
Oh, Oh,
You see 2 people. One of them is Sophia.
Oh.
And the other is a young woman vomiting blood onto herself. And she sat down, legs out straight, leaning against the building. Blood dribbles from her eyes, ears, mouth, everywhere. She weakly raises her hand towards you, Sophia.
Oh no, what a mess.
And it drops.
Oh my goodness. Is she dead?
Seemed that way, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Disgusting. We are in broad daylight, correct?
Broad nightlight.
Oh, right. I mean, but we're out in the open.
You are absolutely out in the open.
I would like to look around to see if there's anybody else or...
Wits plus awareness, if anyone would like to do that.
Just awareness, no other attribute?
Wits and then...
Wits,
yeah.
sorry.
Thank you.
Awareness
Thank you so
plus
much.
wits.
Thank you.
Jean, 3 successes. You can't see anyone else. Sophia, neither can you. It is the 3 of you. Possibly a doorman standing in the desk inside Beeston Tower, but they can't see round the corner to where this body is propped up.
Well, it's highly bizarre, but we could just leave.
Jean, was this you? Did you bring me here?
No,
You can tell me
I don't
if you
know.
did.
I think it's very lovely that you think I did, but I did not. I don't know how I came to be here, and nor how you came to be here, nor how our unfortunate friend came to be here.
Have you lost any time? I look at
Have
my
I
watch.
lost? Ooh.
You've lost about 5 minutes. Jean.
I believe I've lost about 5 minutes.
Me as well. Can I investigate this dead woman?
Oh, yes, please.
From afar. I don't want to get too close.
Yeah. I'm just gonna tell you what you see. You don't even need to roll for it.
Great. Thank you.
I need to get my notes for it first.
Notes? That sounds important.
Oh, well, don't let that fool you. And I have to remember where I put them. Haha, okay. You see a woman in business dress, white blouse.
Is it good? Like, is it a quality blouse or?
No, probably not, no.
All right. Trying too hard.
Oh, definitely.
Got it.
But she's dressed up for business. She obviously has vomit and blood pouring out of, or having finished pouring out of her, and she has stopped moving. You're pretty sure she's dead. There's on a lapel a cigarette that has burnt down almost to the butt and is burning her shirt.
I hate myself for asking this, but what does her vomit smell like? What was she eating?
What was she eating?
Yes.
McDonald's.
I have entirely lost interest.
Is she
Dead. A mess all over the... I don't know what you're gonna do with that, but she doesn't appear to have
human?
died from one of us.
Oh. Well,
Perhaps
then,
we should just leave her here.
perhaps we should go and... I think it's very strange that you and I were joined together with her at this moment. Did she
yes,
bring
I'm
us
more
here?
interested in... Oh, I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm more interested in how we got here. There's no one here. Oh, Jesus, the Beeston Tower. Do you remind me who is here at the Beeston Tower? Do I know who resides here?
How many dots in politics do you have?
Let's find out.
Oh, you
None.
have none. So
I could know.
you might have heard this about. You probably do know. In fact,
Yeah?
you've met him, so you probably know.
Oh, me.
So I'm looking up at the building like... I wonder...
Who is here?
Yes. Well, I want to know who brought us here. We both lost 5 minutes, and I've never had splitting pain like that in quite a while with my head. I was certainly farther than 5 minutes away.
As was I. Who is at the Beast, in Tower?
That's
Josh.
Lionel Orsova.
Ah. Oh. Well, Lionel is here. But,
Lionel?
yes.
Afraid I don't know him.
Ah.
You're saying he potentially did this?
I would be shocked if he had the ability to do this.
Oh. And why even bother mentioning him then?
Well,
It's all right.
it has been a while since we've seen him. I've seen him.
Should
Would you
we go
like to
in?
meet him? Yes.
Lead the way. I'm gonna step over this dead woman. Gross.
I'm going to look at her and sort of whisper a quick, God, look after her, and then go in.
Okay. Lionel, you see Nicholas walking in. Excuse me, sir, there's a security event developing outside.
A security event.
2 people, a dead body.
People?
I don't personally recognize them. He takes out a phone and shows you. You probably recognize Jean.
Yes. Are they coming in? Do I see them heading in?
Oh, yes, we are. I think that was our plan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. And is there a body?
There is very clearly a body in a pool of its own blood.
Invite them in. Bring them up to me directly and investigate, potentially remove that body.
Should I call the caterer, sir?
Is it likely that this is the type of thing that would be set up by another clan to besmirch my name, the building, like
You
like
find
a
that
frame job?
highly likely.
And the caterer is very neutral.
As far as you know, the caterer works for the Camarilla. So
this would be a perfect job for the caterer, not the type of thing where someone would have had the caterer do this.
yeah, probably this would be the perfect job for the caterer to clean up. The caterer doesn't deliver bodies unless they're already exsanguinated or prepared in blood bags, etc.
Yeah. Then I will tell him, yes, immediately. But first, invite them up. I move some things around to make it look more neat, even though it's already quite neat. I've already cleaned the glass up.
Okay, yeah. I keep on forgetting names. Jean and Sophia.
Yes.
You go inside, and the person at the front desk stands up and says, "Excuse me, Mr. Orsova is asking for a meeting with you both in his
Good.
office."
Wonderful.
Perfect. Thank you.
And where is his office, if you don't mind?
I'll take you there.
Great, thank you.
And leads, it's right at the top. You get led to an elevator and all the way to the top.
Is this building very fancy?
It's up to you.
I think the majority of the lower floors look like just a place of business, at night closed. The majority of this building is like offices and stuff. Once you get up to the top, it's modern fancy.
Contemporary?
I think contemporary and minimalist as well.
Okay.
My office is quite minimalistic. You get a full view.
But everything is high quality. Like it's real wood desks and furniture.
Yeah. Top of the line, but not. It's not like you might expect like a throne room, like gold.
Yeah, not showy.
Like, it's nothing like that. Yeah.
Right.
Blood bag.
I'm sorry?
Oh, by the way, I've been making a mistake. I've been calling it Beeston Tower because that is a place that I used to live. It's called Beetham Tower.
Can it now be Beeston Tower? Because it just fits this so well.
I thought you were saying beast and tower.
Yeah,
I
thought
that
that
as
as well.
well.
Oh, that works even better.
That's
Yeah.
The
bold.
Beeston Tower.
The beast
Yeah.
and tower. It's like a vampire tavern.
But an office.
Yes.
Yeah, but an horrifying glass-plated.
One other question, Lionel. Is your office the only one on this floor?
I doubt it.
Oh, okay. Are there any other offices with names on the door? Is your name on the door?
I would imagine so. I think it looks like a place of business. Like
Okay.
it would work legitimately in the day.
Do you look like the head of this business when I walk in here, or...
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Are we inside now?
Think so.
Hello, Lionel.
I'm standing already. Jean, come in.
Yes.
And I
Thank you.
show you immediately to a comfortable area. Like, you have... I'm not like going to sit at my desk. There's like a comfortable seating area with a small table type thing where you would just casually sit. By the way, I'm completely ignoring Sophia.
Wonderful.
And just all over Jean. And
Okay.
I know who Sophia is, right?
I don't think you know what I look like, right?
Oh, okay.
Have we met before? I don't
It's up
think
to
we
you.
have. Yeah, I don't think we have.
No, but he said that I knew
Oh,
that somebody
then
was
maybe you
making
do.
a bit of a splash. But I don't
Oh,
know if I
yes.
know.
Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
probably would have at least heard the name, Sophia Libru. Yeah, then.
Yeah, I see Jean immediately into a chair first.
Mm.
And then I turn to you. Good evening.
Good evening. Sophia LaRue. And I extend my hand.
I shake your hand and gesture to a chair as well. I am Lionel Orsova. And I immediately turn back to Jean.
Yes.
Interesting to see you here. I was hoping to speak with you soon.
Oh, so do you mean to say that you weren't behind what just happened to us? Not that I think you were, because it was very remarkable.
Unfortunately, I do not know precisely what happened there. Perhaps you could enlighten me.
Well, as far as I know, we're looking for someone who can transport people across an entire city. I was having a very good conversation with a young man. Anyways, why would you want to see me? Not that I don't enjoy it, Lionel.
It has been a little while.
Yes.
I look to Sophia and say,
I've been watching you this whole time. So when
Can
you
I, like-
look...
yeah.
Yeah, I'm already looking at you.
Can I tell how old she is and stuff? I know I kind of know who she is, but like, how can we measure power levels without a little scouter going on? How do we know that? Are we able to determine that?
I think that would be an investigation you would have to do into the person's history. As
But I know
opposed-
You
she's young.
can't just sense it, right?
You can probably tell who is and isn't kindred if you put your mind to it, if you ask the question. But,
Well, I know enough about her to know that she's a Tremere, and that's it.
yeah.
But not how old she is or anything like that. But you,
I think
you
you
know that
probably
she
know
is-
the rumor, right, about the...
she's young because she was famous in life.
Well, maybe not.
She was
Maybe not.
She was known for her academic feats.
What are they?
And my sire skipped, right? That's the controversy
Skipped?
around me, right? Is that never mind. I won't say
No,
anything.
sorry, I don't know what
No,
you
it's
mean
okay. It's okay. I will
Oh,
send
okay.
it to you in text. Just I don't want
No,
to
okay,
accidentally say
fair
something
enough.
I shouldn't say.
there. No, that's fine. I'm going to say that you know that she is the child of Vasa. That's probably not a difficult secret to discern.
Yeah. That was the controversy,
Oh.
right? Yeah, that I was sired by somebody older who doesn't normally sire. Like, I understand it goes generationally, correct? So
Yeah.
a generation was skipped for me. He sired me directly.
Normally you would have someone younger do it for you.
Wouldn't that piss me off?
Probably.
Wouldn't it?
Okay. Yeah, so I look to you, you're looking at me, and I look back to Jean. And I'm sitting quite casually, I think. I think I sit down, lean a little, put my hands in my lap, and turn to Jean and say, "Interesting company you are keeping."
Yes. Well, we arrived here at the same time through some sort of transportation. She's quite nice. You'd probably like her quite a bit. Yes, never mind.
You don't have to lubricate my presence, Jean.
You don't know Lionel very well yet.
I don't know him at all.
You say you were transported.
Yes. It was very
against
bizarre.
your will.
Yes.
Yes, there was a splitting headache, and then it was followed by... Well, then I just ended up here. Sophia
This
was
does not
here.
concern you.
The splitting headache and the transportation. Yes. A little bit. To be honest, it's maybe not completely far out of the norm for me, but...
But for this one, to arrive at precisely the same time, did you experience the headache?
I did. And the time loss and the distance traveled was farther than 5 minutes, that's for sure. Also, some random meat bag was with us. Made quite the mess on your front door. Wasn't one of us,
Here we
though, which
are.
I find very interesting.
Perhaps you are being played as pawns in a greater game.
What's your greater game, Lionel? Why did you want to see us? Well, me. Just so worked out so perfectly.
It's been a long time since you were a pawn in someone else's game, Jean.
It
Perhaps
is true.
that is a more pressing matter.
Yes.
Our conversation can wait until we have privacy.
I'll just be on my way then. And I stand up. It's nice meeting you, Lionel.
It was good to see you, Sophia.
And you as well, Jean.
We should
Would
do
you
this
like-
again sometime.
An escort.
No, thank you.
I can arrange for a car.
No, thank you. You're very kind.
Very well. Be careful.
I just leave. I'm already facing away from him when I roll my eyes. I don't want to be that rude. Yeah, and then I will head out, but I'm going to sneak around the office if I may, so I'm just going to dip out of here.
Okay.
You can. That's fine.
What do you think of her?
Child.
Yes. Promising one.
Promising indeed.
Now, what's going on, Lionel?
I wish I had answers for you, Jean. I am concerned. If you are being manipulated, that is an issue for all of us.
Yes. I appreciate your concern.
I have a
So-
question.
Yes, of course.
Time, as we have known it, is a little different, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I would.
Long ago, in Orshava, I once served a militia that served a man, and that man served God. And I no longer serve that man, and I don't know if I serve that God. Jean, are we destined to serve those above us for all eternity? Have you ever questioned your faith?
Lionel, you've known me long enough to know that I don't serve anyone, truly, except for God. And that I trust in His decisions and timing.
And what if he commands you to do something utterly against your nature?
Oh, He has been. For so long. But now I cannot tell if it was truly my nature or the other way around. Oh, these are very difficult questions. Lionel, did you just ask me here to talk about God?
The prince,
Yes.
you and he have not always seen eye to eye.
That is correct.
I like to think that you and I have had less to war over.
Yeah, I believe that's true.
Perhaps then you will help me achieve a higher place for myself.
Would I then be answering to you, Lionel?
Jean, you answer only to God, of course. Though, were you to help me, I would happily facilitate anything that you wish.
The prince seems to continuously forget who I am. He's growing bolder in his expectations of me. I think he really does believe that I serve him. It's not unsurprising. He's been in that seat a very long time.
Do you wish to be free?
It's all I've ever wished for.
I can help you remove a chain.
You're asking a great deal, Lionel.
I am quite aware of that.
I'll do it.
I will never ask of you anything beyond this.
I know you well enough to know that you're true to your word in that regard.
When the time comes, I shall call upon you. And perhaps, finally, we can take up arms together.
It sounds really lovely. It's been a long time since I've taken up arms.
Myself as well.
Well, I'll be there when you call.
Would you like for me to arrange transportation?
I can walk. Thank you, though.
I am happy to accompany you myself.
Oh, Lionel. Don't worry. Who knows, there might be someone in need of a communion on my way home.
Very well. I stand up.
Thank you so much, Lionel. It's been a pleasure.
Indeed, it has. Very good to see you again. And please do be careful.
Of course. Take care. And I leave.
Okay. You leave, and on your way out, you see a young man who is just watching Sophia get into the lift. It's Lionel's retainer who has clearly just told Sophia where to go. She seemed to be lost.
Would I know
But-
Lionel's retainer's name?
No.
Okay. Hold the lift.
Of course. Already on it.
Thank you.
Did you have a lovely talk?
It's always good to catch up with old friends.
Ah, yes. Yes, it is.
Did you find anything interesting?
Oh, yes. Yes, I did. Call to arms, you could say.
Oh. That is an interesting find for you to have found.
I'd say so. And I will just sit in this elevator looking at her. Ground floor?
I have a question for you.
Oh, sure. I'm holding the door open for her.
What do you wish God would give you?
Jean, we've been over this. I don't believe in God.
Just because you do not believe doesn't mean he's not listening.
We
He
shall
hears
see.
those secret wishes in your heart.
Oh, I hope so. but I have yet
Thank
to
you.
see any evidence of that. Of course, I do love our little talks.
Yes.
You first.
Thank you.
I am also trembling a little bit, which you may notice.
Would I know? Sorry, would I know? I would notice?
Yeah, because I'm holding my arm at the door, and I don't think I didn't roll very well, so I'm not very good at hiding it.
Okay. Sophia,
Yes.
we should get together for dinner sometime. I do
Dinner or
enjoy our
dinner?
conversations. Well, no. I'm really only supposed to be very careful, but we could have dinner
Right,
if you wanted.
You know I would. I'll reach
I'd
out.
like to hear about your things that you're doing.
Oh. My studies.
Yes, it's very interesting.
You think so?
I don't really understand all of it. The science and technology.
Yes, it really is rather interesting. I'll have to show you sometime.
Yes.
You'll excuse
Well,
me now, though. I am quite
of course.
hungry.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Enjoy your walk, Jean.
I always do.
These two, you walk past out of Beast End Tower, and you see cordons and guards have been set up around the perimeter in strategic places, so no one, cautiously peering over the barriers can see the dead body, but it's still there.
Oh,
I don't look at it as I leave.
still there, huh? I must admit I am a little bit curious. At the McDonald's. Do I notice anything else? It's just a working woman that has a human meat bag, had McDonald's, vomited
know if
all
it's
over
human.
herself. Oh, really? Oh, I thought she was human.
You can smell the blood, the way it acts. Probably human, but you can't tell for sure unless you get in there
Oh.
and investigate.
Well, I do say you have tempted me. I think I will get over the smell of McDonald's. I'd like to turn her over.
You turn her over.
Yes.
You see the back of a dead woman.
Oh, she was face up.
She was face over. Yeah,
She was face up. Okay, sorry, then I don't
She was
turn
kind
her
of
around.
propped up against a wall, legs out straight, back
Right.
against the wall.
Okay, then I don't need to touch her. Can I investigate further and see if she's human?
Okay. But I'm sorry to say that when a person is dead, there is no easy way to discern whether they're human or not unless you use a supernatural power that you personally are very familiar with.
I was just going to say that. Can I smell her blood or do something with that to see if she was either... Let's just say if she was in our circle. And maybe she has fang marks on her or... I mean, she was eating McDonald's.
Okay, you
She
don't see
can't-
any fang marks.
Okay.
The smell of the blood... Oh yeah, you have... Remind me, do you have Bloodhound?
I do. I do indeed.
Ooh. So I'm going to double check what that roll is for you, because you will have to roll awareness plus resolve at difficulty 3. Five. There's enough blood here that it fills the air, and you can clearly tell her final emotions in this moment. You can tell
Was she
the
scared?
resonance of her a little bit.
Oh.
But mostly, it was a combination of fear, triumph, and the feeling of a job well done. And like resignment in that sense.
Oh, okay.
You can't tell whether she's supernatural unless you taste the blood.
Oh, excuse you. I'll forget you said that. But she was eating
But it's there when
McDonald's.
you
We
are
can't
hungry.
eat, right? Oh, excuse me. I can fend for myself. I don't need table scraps.
Very well.
McDonald's. Disgusting.
It's good if you're in the right mood.
I'm never in that kind of a mood.
Very well.
So I'm sorry. I do have a question though. We can't eat real food, can we? So if she had McDonald's, one could assume.
That's a good point.
Thank you.
You can't eat unless no, you can't eat.
Right. So I could assume
you
that
can
she's either
imitate eating by spending blood to do so.
Right.
If that's an appropriate thing to do with that expensive, powerful vitae that flows through your veins. But shortly after you throw it up, and not in the sense that this woman threw it up.
Right, of course. So that is why I assumed she was a human. But does her blood smell like tainted?
You can't smell that.
Okay.
You would have to taste for it.
Oh, no. I refuse.
Then you'll never
However,
find out.
I don't mind having someone else do it for me. Can I take a tube out and bottle some of this blood?
You absolutely can. You have a tube of bottled blood
All right. Then I will
from the woman's corpse.
put it. I try very hard not to touch it, so I'm just scooping it. Then I'll put it in my pocket and then I will walk home or go on the prowl. We'll never know.
All right, we will fade out from Beeston Tower and return to the AEC Club. Ninette and Rufus, the two of you, have been having a, well, however kind of night you would like.
I think we're in the VIP room. We're just chilling on the round couch. There's a big mirrored table in the middle with a load of coke and MDMA on there, and there's a few people in here. Maybe about 5 or 6. And they're probably mostly passed out at this point.
Mm-hmm. Most of them also, you would know, specifically Rufus, provided by the ever-gracious caterer.
Of course. It's Alex as well. Most people call me Alex, I should say.
Alex. It's nice to meet you, Alex.
Not the usual quality.
They'll do.
Until I give her what she wants.
And what is that? I see.
Oh, she can have that anytime she wants. She wants info on someone interesting.
Keep talking.
Josh, what specifically did she want to know that I didn't know?
The stuff that you didn't know, the caterer wanted to know where Ninette came from, in the sense of who sired her, and in the sense of geography. Geography? Geography.
Geography. Yeah. geography. She's very interested in you. Obviously.
Me?
Hmm.
In what way?
I think she wants to know where you're from.
Why would she want to know that?
Sales, probably.
I'm not for sale.
But you are buying.
Occasionally.
I look around at the bodies. They're mostly passed out.
Can get my own food, you know.
Yeah, but you have taste. Refined taste.
Comes with the territory.
You're not really like the other blues, though. You like to have fun.
What if I don't want to give her any information? Will it come
What
down
could
on
it
you,
dampen
Alex?
things?
Are you worried?
Hey, I'm not worried about nothing.
I didn't think so.
Would help me, though.
Well, what's it worth to you?
I look around at the feast I just gave her. Oh. What do you need?
Maybe one of your favorites. You know the one I'm talking about. Come on, Alex. You can share. He doesn't belong to you.
He does.
Not really. You've seen the way he looks at me.
It's in the way everyone looks at you, Nine. Okay.
Well, can I play with him?
Don't. You can play with him.
I'll
You
give him
can't
back.
damage him.
I wouldn't dream of it. He's your favorite.
I've seen you lose it before.
Well, it won't happen.
Okay. You can have him, but he's still mine.
All right. No need to be so possessive. He's rich, you see. I do like the rich ones.
He's rich in something, all right.
Well then, if you'll know, my father is French. From Paris, actually.
French.
Mm-hmm.
Mademoiselle.
And I was born there, but raised in the States. We came back to Paris eventually.
Mm-hmm. How?
I can see you want more.
I'm a greedy boy. You know this. How? When? Who?
What?
Your real paternal figure. Who?
You want his name?
Yeah.
Names are power.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust the caterer? And perhaps it should not be his real name.
I can't give her that. She won't give me what I want. You can trust the caterer as long as she needs something from you. And she always needs something from me.
Well, your offer is pretty sweet, and really I'm not very afraid of her. Very well. His name is Adramir, of course. Male, Adramir.
Adramir?
Yes, and he's been missing for a while. Maybe leave that part out.
Missing? How long?
Years.
Does he go on vacation a lot?
No, not from me. No one needs a vacation from me.
Hey. I assume, Josh, I've not heard of Adramir before.
You're aware that it is Ninette's surname? But that's about it.
That's it. Okay. Adramir. Cute. For a
Thanks.
venture.
Where is your toy, by the way? I haven't seen him tonight.
I don't know. I'd like to call him up.
Which one?
Did we just decide on a name there?
Elliot.
Yes. Elliot.
Okay, sure. Hey, how does he know you? You given him your real name?
How does he know me? Elliot is my favorite toy.
Okay. And he definitely knows you as Alex?
Oh yeah, Alex. Or sometimes
Okay.
Daddy, depending on the situation.
Yeah, okay. You get, the phone picks up and it says, "Hello, Daddy."
Hey babe, what you up to?
You hear sheets rustle. Just taking a night off, you know?
How about you coming to the club? I got a present
You
for
want
you.
me for something?
Yeah.
You know I like that. Sure. You wait maybe 15 minutes. In comes... Who is your... describe your favourite toy.
My favorite toy is... He's toned, he's not beefy. I suppose, Tuesday, you have an interest, so... What else would he look like?
Definitely not beefy. Lean. Tall. Toned. He's from a very good family. And he has dark eyes with thick eyelashes that curl effortlessly. And very soft brown hair that's always shiny and just to his shoulders. And he always dresses perfectly. Looks like he never tries to do anything. But he gets there.
He also writes poetry. The darkest poetry, and that's why I'm attracted to him.
You know what? He strides in confidently and hair tousled, like in a kind of tank top that shows off his body in a very, very appealing way. And he's got like a pencil and a pad in his back pocket. And he just comes over and sits on your lap. Alex.
Hey, babe. Yeah, we'll probably make out for a bit longer than is comfortable in front of 9.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you sit there. They make loud slapping noises as they kiss. It's gross.
I'm not phased in the least.
Like full on hands down his trousers, making out.
Yep, I'm like barely paying attention. I'm drunk and happy.
Hey, Elliot.
What you thinking?
This is my friend, 9. I think you guys should.
What kind of friend?
Good friend. She likes to party.
Okay, well, I like to party.
Hang on, I need to check my sheet. Yes. Yeah, you're gonna... I look 9's at 9 up and down. You're gonna hang out with her for a bit, okay?
You see a little bit of hesitation in his eyes. Make me a charisma persuasion roll. Are you using any supernatural abilities here?
I was thinking my presence.
If you would like to add 3 to your roll, please do.
So it's charisma plus...
Persuasion?
Plus persuasion.
Down the middle.
Oh, I've done it wrong. Hang on. I'm clicking the charisma one, not the persuasion one. Persuasion.
Pay no attention to what's going on the
Charisma.
roll 20 there.
Do you need some help, darling?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Did you add your ore to that?
My 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I add my 3 to that.
9, you see, as you've probably seen a few times, Alex draws attention to himself with sexier posture, little eye movements. It's the subtle things no one apart from you can pick up on. Mm-hmm. And something twists in this boy's brain, and he suddenly realizes that if he wants Alex to be happy, then he'll have to agree. And he's like, I mean, sure. 9. What kind of party do you want to have?
Well, we can start here, and I'll gesture toward the table. Take your pick. And then later, we can go to my place.
Yeah, he grabs 2 pills.
I start playing with his hair. Thank you, Alex.
I'm just going to lean back and watch her have a bit of fun.
I look like a cat with my very best toy.
Oh, yeah. And I think... how do I want to do this? The caterer comes in.
If I see her walk in, I'll leave 9 to her little party.
No time for play, I'm afraid. You want to see something fucked up, though? There's a dead body over at Beeston Tower.
Dead body?
Dead body. Ooh. Glorious.
Just outside the tower?
Just outside the tower. It's fucked up, but I've got to go now. So if you wanna come see that, then feel free. I see Nanette is busy.
Hello.
Good evening.
It is.
Yo, Nines, we're going to the tower. You, I'll put a rain check on that?
Do I have to?
He'll keep. He's very attentive.
All right, well, you wait right here, Elliot.
He looks
I'll be back.
or like he looks up at you like, okay, I'll wait.
Don't
Just
you
like
go
every
anywhere.
now and again, his eyes flick between you and Alex.
It won't be long, babe. Yeah, let's go. Dead bodies? Nice.
I'm learning everything about you one step at a time, Alex. Now I know you're into bodies. Let's go. And I think that's probably a good place to stop for today.
Don't you break him, he's my favorite.
Left him there. I'm probably going to forget that
Oh
he's
my
just
gosh.
standing there for about 2 years.
You lot are proper fucked up.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good, everybody. That was so good.
So fun. So fun.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Good.
Can it be next week?
Yes.
Yeah, can it?
Yes, please. We just go another 3 and just pretend.
Yep.
Should we do some shout-outs? Do you have anything else that you need us to wrap up and do at the end of each episode, Josh?
Oh yeah. I forgot about this. So as we go around, I wanted to do something fun. Thank you for the reminder. As you do your shout-outs, you should pick your favorite piece of RP that someone else did and give them an experience point.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And that is how we will do progression. I've also got some awards to give out.
I can pick
Award.
myself every week, right?
Yeah. You
I
can
can't
do
wear
stuff.
these teeth.
Kidding, I won't.
No one else will, Brad, if you don't.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
true.
Sorry, I gotta yank myself out of character here.
Can I go first? Because that scene, peeps.
Yeah.
Which one? What? Which one?
The one with your sire,
Oh.
and then you dominated the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fire.
Honey.
Thank you.
that
I was actually just
spicy.
messaging Murgles, like, was I like too much?
No,
knew
it was
it's a bit of a trick,
perfect.
But like,
It was
oh
perfect.
God. Glad.
Well, thanks
Oh.
for stealing the answer I was going to give, Peachy.
Okay,
Right?
well, I mean, I could go something else, but I did go first, so get wrecked.
Yeah.
Oh, and do your shout-outs at the same time.
So yes, please, Peachy, you're up.
My name's Peachy Pixelate. I stream days on twitch.tv/Peachy Pixelate. I'm loud and I shout, and it's usually a lot more memey than this. And please don't jump in my DMs. It was a character. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Don't come after him.
Oh, wow.
The real Elliot gonna
Yeah.
send you a
Holy
message
shit.
later on.
Elliot's out there like, woo.
Yeah.
I just would love to see a bunch of DMs that are like, "Hey, Daddy."
Just ruined my mentions. Thanks.
Sorry, just doing a thing. Don't mind me. Who's next?
Messaging you right now.
Let's go in order on the overlay. Mergs, you want to go next?
Oh, am I next?
Is that okay, Josh, or do you need time?
Oh yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. I'll cover for you. Go ahead, Murgles.
This is super hard because, like I previously said, Peachy stole my my answer. I think I would like to give a point to Peachy because his RP just now was really, really excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really good.
I would just like to second that. That line where you were like, but you're buying, gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. Oh, man. It was so good. It was like, yeah, it was really perfect.
Thank you.
So. Oh, also, I'm Murgles. You can find me on Twitch. I'm Murgles. That's it.
She's creating a short film.
I'm creating a short film.
She's also on one of our other shows here, Witchcraft and
on
Wizardry, playing
Tuesdays.
completely the opposite character.
Playing a 12-year-old child wizard. So it's a very...
filled with hope and innocence.
Clementine. Yeah, it's very wholesome. So, yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
Brad, you want to go next?
Sure. So I really enjoyed the Peachy Tuesday combo team up as well. It's tough for me to pick between Murgles and Tuesday, but I think just because Tuesday had to do the open, pretty much, like it just went straight to Tuesday's character, and she just fucking immediately was terrifyingly perfect as whatever this character seems to be forming up. So I really enjoyed that opening scene, but I really enjoyed the back and forth between your character and Peachy's. So I don't know if I have like a favorite scene, but that line, I want to call the episode "No One Needs a Vacation from Me."
It's iconic.
So good.
It's honestly, it's an energy we all need to live with. So.
Yeah. So I think for that, I want to give it to Tuesday. I mean, I want to give the experience point to Tuesday. That. I'll
Who's
also
next? Oh, is it
stream
me?
on twitch.tv/gamingftl. You can find me.
Wait, what?
He just gave
I am
her
not-
a channel and
I'm
then we
elsewhere.
sat in
My
silence.
brain's
That's
going-
all right. That's all right.
I wasn't speaking to you. That's just my channel. My Twitch channel
Perfect,
is Gaming
yeah.
FTL. You can come and see me.
Somebody else
So
who streams
confused
on
right now.
Gaming
Do 8-hour
FTL.
streams every day.
No, I spread on I stream on Brad Woto. I spread on Brad Woto. We're moving on. Hi, I'm Josh. I'm the GM. Somehow, trying to get my shit straight here. I have 2 awards. I'm gonna vary between awards depending on the day, but
Did Peeps do her experience point?
No, and
Oh,
Tuesday
we-
didn't either. We're just going in order of the...
We're doing
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
clockwise?
That's okay.
Wow.
Oh no, my fault. I broke it.
No, it's
It's
okay.
Really late
Go
for Murgles.
go ahead.
Gaming FTL for vampires, and video games with physics in. Yeah, my 2 awards as GM go to the award for making me think on my feet and creating a super sexy character out of nowhere. Elliot, 1 XP to both Peachy and Tuesday. And another one for doing something that I didn't see coming, which was being nice to the poor kid in the cathedral. 1 XP to
Was he food?
to Jean.
Oh, yeah.
Was he food? Well, not tonight.
Oh, I
He
felt
got
like I
lucky.
thought he was there because she needed to eat, and it was just like.
By the
No,
way,
he was
Josh
there
does an
because-
dinner.
awesome.
I
he was
didn't.
praying.
Apparently, I didn't feel compelled enough. So.
By the way, Josh
Well,
does an
it
awesome
was up to you.
actual play that you need to check out.
Yes.
Shout it out. Do it, Josh. Do it.
Yeah, please, because
Is
I'm
it-
pretty sure the entire cast...
Stitch of Fate.
the entire cast was
the
nominated for
the
awards,
podcast
right?
that I'm working on.
Yeah.
Stitch of Fate. If you want more vampires, Jesus Christ, you should do this for me. Stitch of Fate is a podcast where I play a thin blood, so less powerful than these fellas. In New York, we are a bunch of gangsters. I'm having so much fun. It's got all of my favorite people, apart from you lot, obviously. It's got Dot, it's got Bubbernaut, it's got Mark fucking Meir, Mathis Games GMing. It's just an incredible cast.
The production quality is really good as well. Yeah, and it's you guys are all up for awards, right?
Yeah, we're you lot as
Yeah.
well. We're in the Audioverse Awards for characters and nude podcast. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, everyone. This was incredible for first session.
Hi guys, I'm Murgles the elephant.
What is...
Murgles the elephant packed her trunk and walked into the jungle.
What's happening right now?
What is that?
Who?
It's Peach. Look at him.
Was that Peachy?
No, it was me yet again. So I'm just
What?
I'm deleting this. I went to go give myself an XP. Forgot that my soundboard's on my numpad. This is the second time this has happened to me in a show, so I'm actually deleting the app. I'm deleting myself. I'm so very sorry, everyone. My apologies.
It's okay. It's
I'd like to give my XP to Murgles instead for that.
I'm giving my XP to Myrtles.
Speaking of, yes, Tuesday, would you like to go next?
Yeah, Tuesday.
It was a toss-up between Brad and Mergs, but I'm so sorry. That was amazing. It's going to Mergs. Not for that, though. For the moment where she takes the vulnerable young boy on a journey, on a boat.
That was so good.
The vision.
Oh, yeah.
I was right there with her, and I could feel like his grief and his confusion and just her thirst, but also her love. And that really did it for me. And I am Tuesday Gray. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at /Tuesday Gray. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Tuesday. And I'm PB. My favorite, oh my god, it's a toss-up because I really enjoyed literally everybody's character. And also, we've talked about it in character creation, but you still did stuff I wasn't expecting. Peachy, your calm demeanor when you're speaking to people, it was very powerful. I felt your presence from all the way over here. Tuesdays, do I have to? Oh my. Mergs, the whole chat was like, I love her. I love this character. Bradley, I hate you. However,
I wanted to kill you so much.
I know. However, I would like to give my experience point to you because I was not expecting you to pull on my heartstrings when you said the line, it's a day I've always been waiting for, and now that it's here, I'm not happy about it. And I wasn't expecting that. So I'm very intrigued by your character.
Anything for the clan.
Yep.
And then to turn around and have a speech about freedom. Very manipulative. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. It was good.
And that's me.
She also streams on her own Twitch channel.
Oh, stop. Yes, I do.
Twitch.tv /ninja.
Yep, that's me.
PB plays Fortnite every day.
She's good at it, though.
I'm actually
Every day
playing
it's
through
getting a
Silent
problem.
Hill, and it's fun. We're playing through the series. We're on Silent Hill 4 right now. So if you want to come check that out, you can do so at...
You're on the room now?
I'm on the room, and it's so fucking good. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching Leech, episode 1, the premiere episode. We will be back next week, same time, Saturdays, 4 p.m. Eastern. But for now, we bid you adieu.
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 Everyone knows how to say leech now.
Everybody knows how to say it. You have no excuse.
Leech.
We'll see you next week for more Vampire the Masquerade.
That's a wrap, boys. I could have gone.